Carlin?
Hey, Mike, good to see you again today. I'd
Yeah.
like the folks that are watching us today to imagine themselves 5 years from now, 10 years from now, stepping into retirement, and everything has come into place for them. They've got financial stability, they're getting the passive income that they want. It's just really pretty. Imagine that. And
Yeah,
now
that
come
is
back
fun
to
to,
today. Yeah.
yeah, that is fun to think about, and that's something we work on at our mastermind groups, looking at our vision. Where do we want to be 5 and 10 years from now? So today's decisions do shape your future freedom.
Yes, and yours and my decisions 10 years ago have shaped so that we could enter retirement into that financial stability here. It's a great place to be. So you've got your investments. You're on your way to there. You've got maybe $100,000 that you've thought about investing in multifamily syndications. How do you know that's the right choice, Mike? What's one of the questions they might need to ask to know if that's the right choice?
Well, people like to ask, will my investment be safe?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you want to protect the principal.
Definitely. And I have found I've done the research on multifamily as an asset class, and it's a very stable class. And it's real estate, so it never goes to zero. And it's actually been in a growth cycle. I read an article today that this is a great year to be in multifamily right now, just because of where the market is right now with it. Um,
That's good. And everybody needs a place to live.
Yeah, you're providing a real service, a need that people have. One of the things I like about multifamily is the economies of scale. When we were operating 128 units, that was whole lot easier when it's on one site than if I was operating 128 different single family houses across a metropolitan area. That's just a much more efficient way to make money.
That is, you have your maintenance crew that can service most of the needs, whereas, how many people does it take to handle the maintenance on 128 single family houses? Just picturing, and then the time it takes to get there, so there are some definite economies of scale that we achieve in the multifamily.
Yeah, professional management's another economy of scale. They're right there on site in these larger complexes. Saves time, money, makes it more efficient, more effective. And then one of the other things that makes this investment relatively safe compared to others is it's a hedge against inflation, as you've kind of hammered home with me on an awful lot, Mike. Uh, there's a big risk in not keeping up with inflation.
And that's right. You can put your money in CDs, but if your CD pays 1% and inflation is 6 or 8%, even down to 4%, you're not keeping up. You might as well throw your money in a mattress. Yeah, it's doing about the same return, because it will not buy the same quantity of something. It's like, even going out to dinner, a dinner a year from now is going to cost more than it does today.
Yeah. So just keeping up with inflation is a way to be even more safe with your investments. There's some risk involved with that, but multifamily properties have traditionally over 20, 30 years now just been a very nice place to be, that keeps up and even exceeds inflation in terms of growing
Right.
that portfolio, growing your nest egg. One of the keys to this, Mike, is the syndicator, the people that are operating it for us. We're talking about investing passively as limited partners in these deals, and that syndicator is a key. They really need to be good. And you and I have gotten to know a lot of great syndicators in the country, and that's who we invest with. The ones that have got proven track records are really good at what they're doing.
That's right. And they've been through market cycles. They know how to deal with the ups and downs. They know how to adjust.
A second question, Mike, is what kind of returns can I get on a multifamily? I know that stocks or the stock market's been 9, 10% annually for 20, 30 years, maybe longer than that. What kind of returns might they expect if they put some of their money into a multifamily syndication?
And just to clarify that 9 to 10%, that's the average, whereas the market may go up 10, 20, 30, 40% in a year, could be up or down that amount. So you just don't know what it's going to be. And then it can take 2 or 3, 4 years to recover back to where it was. So
Yeah.
with multifamily syndication, we've seen typically 12 to 18% returns.
Whoa.
And that includes uh, you have a preferred return or may have a preferred return, 6 to 8%. That's a common range, and that may get paid out periodically throughout the year. And then when the property sells 5 to 7 years down the road, then you may get the balance, and that's what brings the gains at that time bring it up to an average of 12 to 18%.
Yeah, so it could be double what you would get with your mutual funds or stocks. Could be that. We found that to be the case pretty consistently with the excellent syndicators around the country. The key is just aligning what are your expectations with your investment? What are your goals with your investment right now so that you're ready for retirement 5, 10, 15 years from now? Uh, the difference in an 18% annualized return and a 9% is huge over a 10-year period.
That is, as I see a lot of people invest in annuities just because they want a regular cash flow. But what we want to see is that cash flow increase over time. And
Yes.
that's what happens when you sell a property later and you have a large gain. Now you have a significantly larger uh, capital investment in the next property. And you can diversify that too. So
Yeah.
your cash flow can continue to grow over time.
So will your investment be safe? Relatively so, I think, compared to a lot of other places you can put your money in. What kind of returns can you expect? 12, 18%, maybe better than that, annualized over the life of that. That's significant. One of the issues with multifamily syndication, Mike, is that you are making your money available and you just can't get on the computer tonight and sell it as you can with a
Right.
mutual fund. It's a 5 to 7 year hold on it to be able to get these kind of returns.
That's right. Yeah. So if your wife says, "Oh, I want to go sell that investment and go buy a new car," that's just not going to happen. Yeah,
There are ways, but
but-
you just don't count on it. These are,
right.
again, not as liquid as a mutual fund. So be aware of that. Again, that's tying back to what are your goals? Plan accordingly for this. Put some of your money into these longer term ones because they're the ones that really build up that nest egg the best for you. Um, how involved do people need to be if they get into a syndication? If they gotta answer the phone and do things, what are their responsibilities?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'd like to compare that to how we manage our single family rentals. We have most of the tenants do pretty good. And then we had one that seemed to know when we were going out of town, especially out of the country, because they would call up Friday afternoon, sometime after 3 o'clock, and say, "Oh, we have a problem," and they want it fixed at that time. But yeah, handyman's not available at that time. Plumber's not very available. You're talking about emergency service on a weekend. Yeah, it's just but we don't have to deal with that with multifamily because as syndicators, we had property management on site, professional property management, and a maintenance staff. And now, as passive investors, you don't even have to worry about that because the syndicators handle it from above. So
So you're not like
it's a whole
somebody
lot easier.
yeah, you're not like somebody I know that had to go in and clean out a single family house with a hoarder in it, are you? If you're into
Yeah,
the
yeah,
partnerships,
we've just filled up one dumpster and another one's coming in next week.
and you're not doing that if you're in these limited partnerships. It's a
That's
very
right.
limited responsibility. In fact, almost no responsibility for anything day to day. With it, you're trusting that syndicator, that excellent, best of the best syndicator that you've chosen to invest with. So how do people know if it's right for them, Mike, here? What do they need to be doing to know if they want to get into multifamily investments?
Well, I think first of all, take a look. What are their financial goals? What is the cash flow they're looking for? Now, they have a portfolio at this point, and they're going to have other income. So, what is your other income? And what is the income you want to get from the portfolio? And then you can seek investments that will provide the cash flow that you're looking for.
Yep. I'm in 5 limited partnerships right now in various places. So I'm diversified with different people. And that's a great way to do it. If you can do that over this 10-year period to get to the point where you can be in multiple apartment complexes, different time frames, and doing that. So it may be a fit for you. If you need passive income and you want not to be managing these things yourself here, get in touch with us. We talk with people all the time that are interested in this. We ask them a lot of questions about their what they're looking for, what their risk tolerance is. We'd be glad to do that with you. And when we get our next opportunity for you, if we've had that conversation, then we can offer it to you and you can get in on it with us. Mike, we've written a book. What's the name of the little ebook we've written?
It's, unlocking 3 keys to your retirement dreams.
Yeah, yeah. And I'll post in the first comment here, I'll post the link to that so you can get that short little ebook that we've written to be able to unlock your retirement dreams. Mike, thanks for the conversation today. Hope this has been good.
I enjoyed it. Thank you, Harlan.
Bye-bye now.